All right, hey everyone, and welcome back to another deep dive. You know, we love those. And today we're diving into this Badass Ravi Kumar thing.
Okay.
You guys sent over, a YouTube video FA.
Yeah.
It like breaks down this whole thing called the Xposé universe,
Mm-hmm.
and a news article about how this movie's like, I don't know, blowing up at the box office,
Firstly.
crushing it, yeah, and beating out like bigger Bollywood releases.
Interesting.
So, like, the big question here is, how is a film that seems to be, like, intentionally cringy winning over audiences? I'm really curious to kind of unpack this with you.
Yeah, I think one thing that immediately kind of jumps out at me from these sources is this whole concept of like cringe as entertainment, right?
Oh, interesting.
Like the movie itself, Madas Ravi Kumar, it doesn't shy away from being over the top.
Okay.
Whether it's the action or the dialogue, even like the special effects.
Right.
It's almost like it's designed to make you laugh at how ridiculous it is.
Yeah.
And people seem to be really loving it.
So for those who haven't seen the original, the Xposé, which is where Ravi Kumar first appeared,
Right.
the YouTube video gives us like the backstory.
Mm-hmm.
The setting is the glamorous world of 1960s Bollywood.
Okay.
And Ravi Kumar is this ex-cop turned actor who's always getting caught up in like crime solving.
And what's super interesting is that Ravi Kumar is actually played by Himesh Reshammiya.
Oh, wow.
You know, the singer, like with the iconic cap.
Yeah.
Those super catchy tunes. It's like genius casting, right?
Yeah.
Adds another layer of absurdity to the whole thing.
Totally. And Badass Ravi Kumar is like a prequel, possibly set in the 40s or 50s.
Okay.
But like the aesthetic clashes wildly with the period setting. Think classic Himesh style with an old-timey backdrop.
Wow.
And then there's that tagline, Badass Logic,
I love that.
which pretty much sums up the film's self-awareness. It knows it's ridiculous, and it owns it.
Yeah, and the news article highlights that self-awareness as a key factor in its appeal. It's like the filmmakers are winking at the audience, being like, we know this is crazy.
Yeah.
But like, come along for the ride.
Yeah.
And people are definitely hopping on board, judging by those box office numbers.
Yeah, it's seriously outperforming expectations. The article even mentions it surpassed advanced bookings for Love Yapa,
Really?
which has this huge cast of young, popular stars. It's wild. What do you make of this whole phenomenon? It's not every day a film like this kind of takes the lead.
I think one explanation could be audience fatigue with like the typical Bollywood formula, you know?
Oh, okay.
Maybe viewers are craving something different, something that doesn't take itself too seriously.
Right.
But As Ravi Kumar definitely offers a break from the norm.
Yeah.
And it seems to be exactly what some people are looking for.
I think you're really onto something there. And let's be real, sometimes we all need a little escapism.
Yeah, totally.
And Badass Ravi Kumar seems to deliver that in spades. The over-the-top action, the hilarious dialogue, the sheer absurdity of it all. It's just pure fun. And speaking of fun, we love diving into these topics with you guys. Hit that like button, subscribe to The Other Opinion for more insightful discussions like this one, and don't forget to share this deep dive with your friends too, and get those conversations going. We love bringing you diverse perspectives on film, pop culture, everything in between.
Absolutely. And another element that can't be ignored here is Himesh Reshammiya himself.
Oh yeah?
You know, he has this unique cult status in Bollywood. People either love him
Yeah.
or they have strong opinions.
Right.
And this film leans into his persona, his music, his style,
Right.
creates this nostalgic element that's resonating with a particular audience.
You make such a good point. The news article actually mentions a song from the movie called Tandoori Days
Uh-huh.
that is apparently bringing back all those classic Himesh vibes. Nostalgia definitely plays a role here. And if you guys have any opinions on this, let us know in the comments below. We love hearing what you guys think.
Now, one of the more intriguing aspects, I thought, was this whole Xposé universe concept that the YouTube video dives into.
Yeah.
Like, it suggests that this isn't just like random craziness. There's an underlying layer of inspiration drawn from real Bollywood scandals.
Okay.
And even classic film tropes.
Wait, really? That's fascinating. Give us some examples. I'm always up for like, a good dose of behind-the-scenes trivia. I bet our listeners are too.
So remember that scene where Zara, the actress, dies mysteriously?
Uh-huh.
The video points out that it mirrors the real-life tragedy of Divya Bharti,
Oh, wow.
an actress who died at a young age under suspicious circumstances.
Right.
Then there's Ravi Kumar's stepbrother, Rajanana,
Yeah.
who happens to be a gangster financing films.
Uh-huh.
That's a pretty direct nod to the influence of the underworld in Bollywood, kind of like a dark and fascinating chapter in the industry's history.
Wow. I had no idea. That adds a whole other dimension to the film.
Yeah.
And it's even more intriguing because the film actually has an inspired by true events disclaimer.
Right.
It's like they're acknowledging those real-life connections
Yeah.
while simultaneously playing with them.
Exactly. And it's done in a way that's like both entertaining and thought-provoking.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder how much of what you're seeing is based in reality
Right.
and how much is pure cinematic invention.
Yeah.
It blurs those lines in a really interesting way.
Okay, so we talked about the cringe factor, we talked about Himesh Reshammiya's involvement, and the real-life inspirations. What else did the YouTube video highlight about how Badass Ravi Kumar fits into this Xposé universe?
Well, one detail they point out is how the film stays true to Ravi Kumar's character.
Okay.
Even like amplifies it. He's still the tough guy, the man of action.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's cranked up to 11. The violence is exaggerated, almost cartoonish,
Yeah.
which adds to that cringe factor we were discussing earlier.
Right, and it seems like that's a deliberate choice.
Yeah.
They're not trying to make a gritty, realistic action film.
Right.
They're going for something more stylized, more over the top,
Yeah.
and dare I say, more entertaining.
Absolutely. The video essayist makes a really good point about how the film's violence, while extreme,
Yeah.
it's presented in such an absurd way that it almost becomes comedic.
Yeah.
It's not meant to be taken seriously.
Right.
Which is, I think, a key part of why it works.
It's like they're playing with those classic Bollywood action tropes, but subverting them at the same time.
Totally.
Speaking of playing with tropes, let's talk about Ravi Kumar's look in this film. Gone is the signature cap,
Right.
replaced with long hair and a beard.
Yeah, it's a pretty drastic visual transformation from the Ravi Kumar we saw in the Xposé.
Yeah.
It's like a visual representation of his evolution, right?
Yeah.
Into this even more intense, badass version of himself.
Right.
The video essayist even jokes that it's an old money aesthetic,
Uh-huh.
which is hilarious considering the film's overall tone and setting.
It's so out of place. It's brilliant. And that's what I love about this film. It embraces the absurdity, the contradictions,
Yeah.
and it invites us to laugh along with it. Don't forget, folks, we want to hear your other opinions, too. What are your thoughts on this whole cringe as entertainment trend? Hit us up in the comments below. We're all about those diverse perspectives here at The Other Opinion.
And I think that's precisely what's resonating with audiences. We're so used to seeing these polished, carefully crafted films.
Right.
But Ravi Kumar throws all of that out the window and says, hey, let's just have some fun.
Yeah.
And that's incredibly refreshing.
It really is. It's like a breath of fresh air in a world that can often feel a bit too serious. And the news article even suggests that this might be exactly what audiences are craving right now. Pure, unadulterated entertainment that doesn't take itself too seriously.
I think you're spot on. Badass Ravi Kumar is a reminder that sometimes it's okay to just let loose, embrace the absurdity, and enjoy the ride. And who better to guide us on that journey than the one and only Himesh Reshammiya?
Preach. This deep dive has been a wild ride so far, and we're just getting started. Stay tuned for part 2, where we'll explore more of this Xposé universe and unpack why this film is making such a splash.
Welcome back to part 2 of our deep dive into Badass Ravi Kumar. So far, we've established that this film leans into cringe humor,
Right.
features Himesh Reshammiya in a leading role,
Yeah.
and draws inspiration from real-life Bollywood scandals. Let's take a closer look at why this seemingly unconventional approach is resonating with audiences.
That YouTube video essay really breaks down how this Xposé universe is constructed. It's not just a random collection of wild moments.
Right.
It's cleverly woven together with references to actual Bollywood history and even classic film tropes. It's hilarious and surprisingly thought-provoking at the same time.
It's like the filmmakers are in on the joke.
Yeah.
You know, they're acknowledging the over-the-top elements, but they're using them to create a story that's both engaging and entertaining. I think it's a big part of why it's working.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just mindless entertainment. There's a layer of intelligence and self-awareness that elevates it.
Totally. And the news article highlights how Badass Ravi Kumar is exceeding box office expectations, even outperforming films with bigger stars
Yeah.
and budgets. It's really making waves.
Yeah, it is.
Do you think this is just a fluke, or could it indicate a shift in what audiences are looking for?
That's the big question, isn't it? It might be too early to say, for sure.
Right.
But I do think that Badass Ravi Kumar has tapped into something unique. Maybe it reflects a growing desire for something different, a departure from traditional Bollywood cinema.
I agree. Maybe audiences are tired of being fed the same old formulas and want something fresh and daring,
Yeah,
even if it's a little cringy.
right.
And Badass Ravi Kumar delivers on that front in a big way.
Absolutely. And let's not forget the Himesh Reshammiya factor. He's a polarizing figure,
For sure.
but he has a devoted fan base.
Yeah,
This film caters to his style and musical sensibilities,
right.
which adds that element of nostalgia that seems to be connecting with a certain segment of the audience.
For sure. The article mentioned that song Tandoori Days,
Yeah.
which is a total throwback to classic Himesh hits. Nostalgia definitely plays a role. And speaking of connecting with the audience, we want to hear from you guys. Do you think the success of Badass Ravi Kumar is a fluke, or does it signal a shift in audience tastes? Hit us up in the comments with your other opinions. We're all about those diverse perspectives here at The Other Opinion.
Now, getting back to the film, the YouTube video also delves into the action sequences, pointing out how they're so over the top that they become almost comedic. It's like an homage to classic Bollywood action films, but with a modern, self-aware twist.
It's so true. They're not afraid to have fun with it. It reminds us that action movies don't always have to be super serious and gritty.
Right.
Sometimes it's all about enjoying the spectacle.
Exactly. And Badass Ravi Kumar definitely delivers on that front.
Right.
It's pure escapist entertainment. Now, without giving too much away for those who haven't seen it,
Yeah.
what did you think of the ending?
Yeah.
It's quite a WTF moment.
I know, right? I was not expecting that. It's such a bold and unexpected move. It definitely leaves you wanting more and sets up the possibility for more films in the Xposé universe.
Speaking of wanting more, we're always looking for more other opinions here.
Yeah,
Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to The Other Opinion for more deep dives into all sorts of fascinating topics.
for sure.
And be sure to share this with your friends and get those conversations going.
So I have to ask, what was the most surprising thing you learned from that YouTube video? For me, it was the connection to Divya Bharti's tragic death.
Yeah.
I had no idea that was part of the inspiration for the film.
Yeah.
It's a pretty sobering thought, considering the film's otherwise lighthearted and comedic tone.
That was definitely a shocking revelation. It shows how this film is rooted in Bollywood's history, both its glamorous and its darker sides. What surprised me the most was the connection to D-War.
Oh, wow.
They pay homage to this classic film while putting their own unique spin on it. It demonstrates a deep knowledge and appreciation of Bollywood cinema.
And that's what makes Badass Ravi Kumar so intriguing. It's a love letter to Bollywood while simultaneously being a satire.
Right.
It's both reverential and irreverent. What do you guys think? Let us know your other opinions in the comments. We love hearing from you.
We've covered the cringe humor, the box office success, the real-life inspirations, and the homages to classic films.
Yeah.
But what's the bigger picture here? What does the success of this film say about the state of Bollywood? Is it a one-time phenomenon, or is it the start of something new and exciting?
That's a great question. It might be too early to make any grand pronouncements,
Right.
but I think Badass Ravi Kumar could represent a shift in audience tastes. People might be looking for something different.
Yeah.
Something that challenges the norms and provides both entertainment and food for thought. They're tired of the predictable storylines and formulaic approaches.
That's a great point. Perhaps Badass Ravi Kumar is a sign that Bollywood is evolving.
Yeah.
That filmmakers are more willing to take risks and experiment with fresh ideas. And that's a good thing. We need more movies that shake things up and encourage us to think differently.
Definitely. Badass Ravi Kumar is like a breath of fresh air. What do you think, listeners? Are you ready for a new era of Bollywood cinema? Let us know in the comments below. And while you're at it, why not share this episode with your friends? Spread the word about Badass Ravi Kumar, and let's start a conversation about the future of Bollywood.
That's what we're all about here at The Other Opinion, sharing diverse perspectives and generating meaningful discussions.
Right.
Don't be shy about sharing your thoughts and opinions.
Yeah.
We love hearing from you.
Okay, let's get back to the film itself. One of the things that stood out to me was the unique visual style. It's not your typical Bollywood aesthetic. It's gritty, stylized, almost like a graphic novel come to life.
Right.
What are your thoughts on the film's look?
I loved it. It's a departure from what we usually see in Bollywood. The YouTube video described it as having a retro-futuristic aesthetic, which is spot on. It's this blend of past and present elements that creates something familiar yet entirely new.
They've created their own distinct world within the world of Bollywood.
Right.
And it's both visually stunning and immersive.
Yeah.
You feel transported back in time, but with a modern twist.
Exactly. It's a testament to the filmmaker's vision and creativity.
Yeah.
You know, they've built a world that's believable and fantastical at the same time.
Right.
And you want to spend time in it.
It's a world full of surprises. And speaking of surprises, can we talk about Ravi Kumar's character arc? He's such a complex character. A man of action, a vigilante, a lover, a philosopher. How did you interpret his journey throughout the film.
It's definitely a wild ride.
Yeah.
And I think that's what makes his character so compelling.
Right.
He's not your typical hero. He's flawed, impulsive, and driven by his emotions.
Yeah.
But he also has a strong sense of justice and love for his country.
Yeah.
And that's what ultimately redeems him.
I agree. He's not perfect, but he's trying to do the right thing in his own way.
Right.
I think that's relatable for a lot of people.
Yeah.
We all have flaws and make mistakes,
Mm-hmm.
but it's the choices we make that define who we are.
Yeah.
And Ravi Kumar, despite his flaws, chooses to be a hero, and that's inspiring.
You nailed it. Ravi Kumar is a hero for our times.
Yeah.
He's not afraid to be himself, fight for what he believes in, and make a difference. In a world that often feels chaotic and uncertain,
Yeah.
that's a message we need.
Absolutely. We need more heroes like Ravi Kumar, flawed, but ultimately good at heart.
Mm-hmm.
Heroes who inspire us to be better, do better, and make a difference.
I couldn't agree more. About Us, Ravi Kumar is a film that will stay with you long after the credits roll. It makes you laugh, think, and believe in the power of heroes. Stay tuned for part 3 of our deep dive, where we'll delve even deeper into About Us, Ravi Kumar and explore its impact on Bollywood. See you soon.
And we're back for the final part of our About Us, Ravi Kumar deep dive. We've covered like a lot of ground, from the film's cringe comedy to its unexpected box office success, the real-life Bollywood inspirations, and Ravi Kumar's unique character arc. So what else is there to unpack?
Well, one aspect that really stood out to me was how the film plays with the idea of truth and perception.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
You're right. The YouTube video essay we've been referencing pointed out how Badas Ravi Kumar constantly subverts our expectations.
Yeah.
It presents these like outlandish scenarios and then grounds them in a sort of reality with those inspired by true events disclaimers. It's like they're intentionally blurring the lines between fact and fiction.
Exactly. It's a clever way to engage the audience.
Right.
It makes you question what you're seeing and challenges you to figure out what's real, what's exaggerated, and what's purely fictional.
And that ties in perfectly with the film's setting in the world of Bollywood, where image and perception are everything.
Right.
It's a world of like larger-than-life stars, scandals, and, where the truth can be elusive.
Yeah.
It's like they're using cringe humor to comment on the nature of Bollywood itself.
Absolutely. And that commentary is what makes it so interesting. It's both a celebration and a satire of Bollywood.
Right.
It pokes fun at the excesses, the melodrama, the over-the-top action.
Yeah.
But it also acknowledges the industry's energy, passion, and entertainment value.
It's a delicate balance, and they pull it off surprisingly well.
They do.
That's probably why it's sparking so many conversations. People are debating it, sharing their interpretations. If you're loving this conversation, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to The Opinion for more deep dives into fascinating topics like this one.
Right. It's become a cultural phenomenon, and it's interesting to see how people are reacting to it. So embrace the cringe and find it hilarious while others are put off by it.
Right.
It's a film that definitely provokes a reaction.
And we want to hear your reactions. Hit us up in the comments with your other opinions on Badas Ravi Kumar. What did you think of it? Did you find it funny, thought-provoking, or just plain weird?
So to wrap up this epic deep dive, I think the main takeaway is that cringe can be a powerful tool for storytelling.
Yeah.
When used intentionally and self-awarely, it can challenge our expectations.
Right.
Make us laugh and even make us think about things differently.
Yeah.
Badas Ravi Kumar is a perfect example of that.
It's a film that fully embraces its own absurdity, and in doing so, it creates a unique and memorable experience. And as always, we encourage you to share your other opinions in the comments below. We love hearing from you. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, be sure to share it with your friends. Spread the word, and let's keep the conversation going.
Don't forget to subscribe to The Other Opinion for more insightful discussions on film, pop culture, and everything in between.
Yes.
We're always exploring new topics and sharing our unique perspectives.
And one last thing, just a reminder that this was an AI-generated podcast. While we aim to provide accurate and engaging information, always do your own research and form your own opinions.
We'll catch you in the next deep dive. Until then, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep those conversations flowing.
See you soon. 2021.